Now I'm going to show you how to create a custom tool shape and enter it into the library. So you just want to hit new part. You want to make sure that you're on your punch post processor. So when you back off, you should see the clamps. It should say punch. When you open this up and you look at your machine, it should be TC5000R. So we'll go back to our drawing tab and we're going to draw a custom shape. So we'll just draw a circle. You just could be any shape, doesn't matter the shape. And the tool manufacturer, you can draw it up in SolidWorks, you can send it to them. Once they create that, as far as Wilson tool anyways, they will send you a DXF of the tool which you can import into Metacam. So I'm just drawing a generic shape, just something that we can use as a example. Okay, so let's say you had this shape. So you want to just import your DXF into the Metacam, and what you will have to do is you will always have to give the tool a center point before it will create. If you do not do that, it won't create the tool, so it has to have a center point. So we're going to take a line, we'll just go here, and we'll go to a quadrant on the left and the right, and then what we'll do is we'll take a point and we'll take this line and we'll go on this line till we get to the center, and then we're going to put a point right there, and then we'll take our selection tool, select that line, delete it. So now this would be the center point of this tool. And this is very important to get this correct, because if you get this off a little bit, then when you place this tool onto your part, it will actually punch offset however much you were off on your center point. So this is very important to try to get this in the dead center. So now what you want to do is this make tools from drawing icon. So we're going to select this tool. You want to make sure everything is blue, everything is selected, and you click on this icon and it's going to bring up this box. So this is the Trumpf tooling. You want to create tools from selected polylines, so everything you selected. Don't create a duplicate tool. Sometimes this can cause you problems, especially like, so this is a circle and then we've just put this odd shape on top. It may think, hey, I've already got a circle, so I'm not going to create a duplicate tool, and it'll tell you at the bottom how many tools were created. So sometimes you might have to uncheck that to get it to work. Your key angle, this is, so each tool has a key on it, and so we'll go, so you can see the key right here. This is the keyway. So this tool will only go in these holders one way, and so depending on how they made the tool and how you drew it, you may have to change that. It could be, so when I drew this on Metacam, I drew it this way with this little odd shape to the top. Let's say when they made the tool, that odd shape was at the bottom here on Metacam. So I've got two options. I could turn this tool 180 degrees in Metacam and re-import the tool, or I could just tell it the key angle is 180. Same thing if they made it to the left or right, you could do 90 or 270. So this is just telling the software where this keyway is in relation to your custom form or your custom shape. So right now I'm just going to say it's 0. You don't have to enter anything else. Here you're going to want to enter your tool identity number. And so for a special shape, the tool type or tool number is a 9, so 09. So for every custom form or custom shape, sorry, not a forming tool, forming tools are 13, a custom shape is a 9. It has to start with a 09 so that the machine knows that this is a custom shape. And then you just put whatever number is. You can put the size of the diameter of the hole. You could put some dimensions in. You could put the part number. As long as you don't have any more than 8 numerical digits in here, you can do that. So let's say this was this was a 9,000 part number job. So you could just enter 9,000, and you would know. And then let's say the part was a 9000.01-50-02. You could just put 9002, and so that's 8 characters, and we could create that tool from that. And then this is just the machine saves this tool. So whenever you first put this in a code file and you upload it to the machine saves the tool information for this, and it saves it under that identifier. And it will not allow you, none of these can be the same. So this is unique to this tool. No other tool can have these numbers exactly like this. You shouldn't have to do anything else as far as checkboxes. And then at this point you can hit import, and you can see here down at the bottom it'll say 1 tools created. If you forgot to put the center point, it would say no tools or 0 tools created. So right here it said don't create duplicate tools. Sometimes, again, if this causes you problems and you have to uncheck that and you hit import, sometimes it will actually create 2 or 3 tools. And it just depends on the actual shape of your DXF. And so in that case, it might, at the bottom it'll tell you 2 or 3 or however many tools it created. And when it does that, you go to your tool library. You have to find those tools that it created and just delete them if they're extra. You just go in here and clean up your tool library. So if we go into custom tools now, we did not give this tool a name, so it's just going to say custom tool. So we can open this, and you want to give this tool a name, whatever it it could be, and this could be anything you wanted. It could be, if this was a job 9000, which I made up, if this is some type of basket, you could put basket mount, or you could put basket slot, or whatever this fake made up shape does. So you can enter the tool name, whatever you want here. It does not matter. The machine doesn't care what's here. It doesn't use this. And all this should be the same as what you entered into the other screen. If you go to dies, you can look at the footprint, and you can actually see your footprint of your tool. And if you don't hit OK, it won't save it. So when you do update, now it says basket. So it actually changed the name of the tool. I'm going to delete this tool just because it was made up. But that's how you would enter in a custom shape tool.